If you're clean, I'm jumping up and down. Really.
Of the 17th, you told me the same thing, and I went and did my drug test, and I ain't have it in my system.
Let's see. I don't know.
Last time I did a drug test, it wasn't in my system. Where they shake the bottle and show you right in your face.
His last drug test was on the 22nd, so it was yesterday.
And
I didn't.
results?
They were presumptive positive for THC.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Wonderful. That's great. I'm proud of you. Great job. Great.
Good job.
Don't know what to do about Mr. Burnett or Mr. Bennett. I know that you said he had a prescription,
Yes.
right? But that prescription was from what, 6 months ago or something?
He has numerous valid prescriptions. Do you not? Can I bring him up here and talk to him?
Yeah, but
No. He does.
otherwise I don't want him to use, you know? I mean,
I get that. That's where, and as a lawyer, it's hard for me to sit here and tell him like, hey, don't listen to, if the doctor's, again, I get the look and feel for these types of prescription, just give them, there's tons of pill mills in the city. I get that stance, but then it's also hard for me to say as a lawyer, well, how do I say that this guy needs it and this guy doesn't when I'm not a doctor? And so it's hard for me to tell him, hey, don't do what the doctor says when
when did we do our first?
I feel like I've been here once a week, every week for the last 3 weeks on him. But
That's what
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I get it.
No, I mean, that's why they're so different.
And it's not, I'm not upset by that or anything, but.
Here's what I want to know. I want to know when it's going to stop. He's got a prescription. If I remember, it was for 90, right?
This probably sounds right. Yes, sir.
So I want to know when it's going to stop because I'm not going to let it continue for the next 6 months. If that 90, you're not going to sit here and tell me that the 90 is going to last you for the next 6 months and that you're going to continue to use. It's not going to happen. Come up, Mr. Bennett. And what's the purpose for? Is it for an injury? Is it for?
I think it's for, I could have sworn he was in a motor vehicle accident, but what are you on pain medicine for injury or what?
I was in a wreck, but I haven't been using.
You're still testing positive for it?
When the last time I tested positive?
Last week.
I wasn't positive for it.
No.
Or
Tested positive?
we were here on, was it Thursday or Wednesday of last week?
Last week, I did not test positive.
This is Mr. Bennett. When was his last UA? Please. If you're clean, I'm jumping up and down. Really.
Of the 17th, you told me the same thing, and I went and did my drug test, and I ain't have it in my system.
Let's see. I don't know. The last one I
I got
showed.
an email that he did, so that's why I assumed that he did. But I don't know.
That's what I got too.
Last time I did a drug test, it wasn't in my system. Where they shake the bottle and show you right in your face.
His last drug test was on the 22nd, so it was yesterday.
And
I didn't.
results?
They were presumptive positive for THC.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Wonderful. That's great. I'm proud of you. Great job. Great. I'm going to test you like crazy still. Don't use. Please. I'm going to let you go for the time being for the weed. But, after about 50 days, if you're still testing positive, that means you're continuing to use. Just don't. All right.
Sir.
Okay, we're good. I'll
Okay.
continue supervision.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
great. All right. Okay, hi. Come on up. Yes, sir.
This is an off-docket case, Judge.
Okay, what's your cause number?
255-8479.
On Billings.
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
He was present here in the courtroom. Police made contact, did not arrest him until the blood test came back. The warrants have now been issued, so we're here to address that.
I'm bringing him up.
Yes.
Get the cause number.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is a new case.
Sorry.
417-20.
This is a new case. You are Mr. Billings?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Billings, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high level of alcohol. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay, cool.
Thank you, Judge.
Roxanne, did you get this cost number? I need to give it to you. It's a new case. 255-8479.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Let's go.
On December 7th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officers responded to a motor vehicle accident. The officer arrived and observed two vehicles that had been damaged and rendered inoperable. The defendant was ID'd by his Texas driver's license and ID'd to be the sole occupant and driver of the motor vehicle. The officer relocated the scene to a nearby parking lot to safely conduct the investigation. The officer determined the defendant was at fault for the accident after speaking with all of the parties involved and reviewing information collected at the scene. The defendant stated he had left a bar called Sugar Room. The defendant stated he drank 2 beers at the bar. The officer noted that initially the defendant was not even aware that he had been in an accident. The officer observed the defendant to be lethargic and confused. The officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech, glossy eyes, and trouble maintaining their balance. The officer had to ask questions multiple times to obtain simple information from the defendant. The officer did not notice alcohol emitting from the defendant despite defendant's admission to drinking and defendant's apparent physical and mental impairment. The officer suspected the apparent impairment of the defendant could have been caused by some kind of narcotic. The defendant refused to perform standard field sobriety tests. The DIC was read. The defendant agreed to provide a blood specimen, and the lab results came back to a 0.17.
Okay. Any prior to WIs And does he have-
This is the first.
and valid license?
His license was recently suspended ALR. He will not be driving. He has a 90-day suspension.
Okay. I want you to understand something, Mr. Billing. I take this extremely serious. I don't care what you have to do in your life. If you do not have a valid license and liability insurance, you are not allowed to drive, and that is a condition of your bond. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to say 50 kids, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nothing you can say justifies getting into a car and driving. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, likewise, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You have a lawyer. Because you do, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If you get called upon to go take a test and you fail to go, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
But now I'm going to have you come up here, swear touch it. You're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria where you'll sign a reset. After that, you'll get to Roxanne where you will get your bond conditions and then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.